Underwriting support from the Interlaken Inn, Resort and Conference Center, Interlaken Road in Lakeville, Connecticut. 86 upscale guest rooms and townhouses, Morgan's Restaurant featuring new American cuisine, a pet-friendly resort, and they have select accommodations. 1-800-222-2909 on Facebook and interlakeninn.com. Dave's TV, Route 44 in Millerton. Buy local. Skip the long drive to the big box stores. Your local source for quality products. Sony, Sharp, Smart, LED, HD TV, DirecTV sales and service, and Russ Sound Home Audio Systems, davestv.net. And the Falls Village Inn, Railroad Street in Falls Village, the heart of Falls Village for more than 175 years. 860-824-0033, thefallsvillageinn.com.
Here's check on stories we're following for you today on Robin Hood Radio. Weather-wise, well, we've got about the same going on, but it looks like the weekend at least is going to look okay, and it looks like events that go on today and through the weekend will be okay. We'll check in with our meteorologist, Pat Pagano. That comes your way with the weather in just a few minutes. Officials in Connecticut say the fourth wave of the pandemic is underway. State health officials say the recent increase in coronavirus cases and hospitalization rates among unvaccinated people includes the beginning of a fourth pandemic wave in Connecticut. The Department of Public Health said yesterday that the highly transmissible Delta variant is the cause of the unfolding outbreak. The latest weekly variant surveillance report estimates that the Delta mutation represents 78% of the coronavirus strains which are now circulating in the state. In New York State, urgency and frustration come from the New York Education Commissioner over late COVID rules for schools. In a memo to school leaders, which was released late yesterday, the State Education Commissioner expressed frustration that the governor's staff has not yet released health and safety guidelines for the opening of school this fall. Quoting here, while the nature and extent of COVID-19 and its variants are still dynamic, it's essential that schools receive whatever guidance the governor and the Department of Health intend to offer about the 2021-2022 school year as soon as possible, provide time to take necessary measures to safely welcome students in September. In Kent, the Democratic Town Committee on Monday endorsed a slate of 17 candidates for Town of Kent offices in the 2021 municipal elections, including 5 incumbents. First Selectman Gene Speck, Town Clerk Darlene Brady, Tax Collector Debbie DeVoe, plus Alice Hicks for Planning and Zoning, and Bethany Keck for the remaining 2 years on the Board of Education, plus other positions. The Kent Historical Society hosting their exhibit Found in Collection on weekends at Seven Hearths Museum on 4 Studio Hill Road. The exhibit includes pieces from the collection of Kent Historical Society, featuring some of the pieces that share stories of Kent, its inhabitants, what they did, and how they lived, and clothes they wore. The show is open weekends through Labor Day, 11 until 4 p.m. More information, kenthistoricalsociety.org. The Salisbury Selectmen are canceling their regular August meeting of the Salisbury Board of Selectmen, with a little note from First Selectman Curtis Rand, passing along this message: see you in September. Have a nice rest of the summer. In Great Barrington, the effort to restore the former building of a historic black church is a multi-phase, multi-million-dollar project that's going to take years, according to the interim executive director, but a federal grant of nearly $500,000 will help move that process along. Announced by the Upper Housatonic Valley National Heritage Area yesterday, the National Park Service grant puts almost $500,000 towards the rehabilitation of the Clinton AME Zion Church, 9 Elm Court in Great Barrington. On Sunday, minimum wage will increase from $12 to $13 per hour in Connecticut. The increase part of the legislation that was passed 2 years ago that calls for a scheduled increase in minimum wage over a 5-year period. When the legislation was signed to law in 2019, minimum wage was $10.10. It then climbed to $11 in 2019, $12 in 2020, and goes up to $13 on August 1st. Minimum wage will then go to $14 per hour in 2022 and $15 per hour in 2023. New York's COVID eviction moratorium remains in place even as the federal ban expires. The evictions ban moratorium during the COVID-19 will remain in place for at least another month, as the White House allows the federal government policy to expire at the end of July. The state of Massachusetts is suing Grubhub over fees charged during the pandemic. Online food delivery platform Grubhub charged some Massachusetts restaurants illegally high fees during the coronavirus pandemic, according to the state attorney general's office in a lawsuit filed yesterday. The suit, filed in Superior Court, seeks refunds for those restaurants as well as civil penalties, according to the office. According to the suit, Grubhub violated legislation that prohibited third-party delivery service platforms from charging fees to restaurants exceeding 15% of an order menu price. Grubhub was charging, according to the attorney's office, around 18%. Have you ever wanted to be in a movie, maybe on HBO, where there's an invitation for people that want to be an extra on an HBO show? Pretty Little Liars Original Sins, which comes from showrunner Roberto Aguirre-Saria, Riverdale and Cerrone. Currently, they're looking for people who are interested in working as paid extras. There'll be some specialty rates for priority and recurring background people. The standard background actors pay will apply for those. Everybody else, $15 per hour, and some overtime as well. Go to the website castifi.com/talent if you'd like to register. Summer brings family road trips, ice cream sundaes, and playing water tag. Well, this weekend in Norfolk, it's Weekend in Norfolk today, tomorrow, and August 1st. Lots to do each and every day. More information, weekendinnorfolk.org. Also today on the green in Norfolk, the annual Animal Embassy, Exotic Live Animals by the Norfolk Library. That takes place at 6:30 this evening. Also tonight at 8 o'clock, Sharon Playhouse at their outdoor cabaret stage, Carter Calvert. That begins at 8 o'clock. More information at sharonplayhouse.org. Coming up tomorrow in Cornwall, at 9:30, the Hart Farm Preserve Trail Hike beginning at 9:30 at the Farm Preserve on Cherry Hill Road. Litchfield Jazz Festival marking its 26th anniversary with the Telefunken Soundstage on July 31st. The festival will be available to the public free of charge from noon till 6 p.m. at litchfieldjazzfest.com on the web. 13th annual meeting and supper will be held at the Copake Ironworks. That comes up on Saturday on Valley View Road in Copake Falls at 6 p.m. Tickets are available at their Eventbrite page or by calling 518-329-3251 to reserve those tickets. Now on Saturday, the Sharon Playhouse Children's Theater presents Frozen Jr. Saturday at 7 and Sunday at 12 noon. SharonPlayhouse.org. Our business brief is underwritten by Morgans at the Interlaken, interlakenin.com. You'll also find them on Facebook and Instagram. Also underwritten by Salisbury Bank and Trust, salisburybankandtrust.com, and Viali Insurance, 75 Main Street in Lee, insuring seasonal and secondary homes in the Berkshires since 1912, 413-243-0347 on the web, vialiinsurance.com. The Dow Jones Industrial Average will start off today at 34,930.93, the NASDAQ at 14,762.58, and the S&P 500 at 4,400.64. We'll take a look at that tri-state forecast. That'll come your way in just a few moments.